place called Kid and Play several years ago. I'm Kid.
So Les,
February 17th, I turned 75. And so I said, let me do something dramatically different.
looking incredibly great and healthy and like never before, Les.
Thank you.
So as people jump on, Les, we got people from 6 different continents on, and I just want to be able to quickly share my screen real quickly. The video that Les Brown and I dropped, we literally on the Millionaire Student Show had 208,000 views in about a month. 208,000 people watch this, so we definitely want to make sure that you watch it. Les talks about finding the greatness within you, and I got the privilege and honor to actually have Les on and just chat to him about, you know, the podcast. Les, what was your biggest takeaway from actually being on the podcast?
The value that a lot of people are awakening to, that we must begin to have a very strong focus on self-awareness. It was Peter, I think, Drucker, who said that this is the era of accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. And Viktor Frenkel said that in his book, Man's Search for Meaning, that adversity introduces a man or woman to themselves. Well, we're going through some very challenging times right now, and getting to know who you are, being able to develop a sense of mental resolve that we will not only just get through this, but we will grow mentally and emotionally and spiritually. And that there are 3 types of people coming out of this. There are millionaires, there are billionaires, and there are witnesses. And so the people who watch you and follow you, they've decided they're not going to be a witness. They will either be a millionaire or a billionaire.
Definitely. Les, there was something that I actually wanted to share, and you know, you came from a background where you turned your mess into your message, your pain into your passion, and your frustration into your freedom. And you know, you were classified as and categorized as a DT in school, which is a dumb twin. How did that moment define your life?
It was very profound. It's just like what your program is and what you have committed your life to. How people live their lives, as you are aware, is a result of the story they believe about themselves. And so when I was in this instructor's class, I'll never forget, he said, young man, go before this class and I want you to work out this problem. I said, sir, I can't do that. Why not? I'm not one of your students. He said, do it anyhow. And then the other students started laughing, saying, he's Leslie. He's got a twin brother, Wesley. Wesley is smart. He's DT. And he asked, what's DT? He's the dumb twin. And I said, I am, sir. And he interrupted me and said, don't you ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. And so when you live in a culture like in South Africa or like in the United States and various other areas of the world, where they have a culture that's designed to destroy your sense of self, your purpose, and as a result of being in that kind of oppressive environment, it limits the vision that you have of yourself. In order to get through that, to break through that, that's why the title of my book is called You've Got to Be Hungry. People that are hungry are unstoppable. People that are hungry are relentless. People that are hungry, always strive to get on top in life because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. So when you look at you and how you're driven, just at 23, I've got t-shirts older than you. At 75, all right? And the thing is, but you are driven to live a larger life. And some things are taught, some things are caught. And you, as much as you have chosen this path, I believe that you were chosen for this path. You're answering the call on your life. And I believe that we need more people like that today. We need messengers of hope. That's why I'm training people how to tell their story, how to create an experience with their story. The speaking industry has been governed by information from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If information could change you, everybody would be skinny, rich, and happy. What I'm doing is teaching people how to use their story to create an experience, to expand a person's vision of themselves beyond their circumstances and mental conditioning, and allow them to begin to realize that they're self-definitional, that their past does not determine their present nor their future, and that they can choose ye this day. You can live a life of mediocrity or you can live a life of greatness. But in order to break through, it's going to take everything in you. You've got to be hungry in order to get through there.
So everyone that's tuning in right now on this live, I want you to take a screenshot of Les and I and tag us on Instagram so we can be able to repost that. We have a few more minutes before we wrap this up. Les, the information you give, the information I give, the information out there, right now as we speak, people absorb it and they store it. They don't absorb it and they apply it. How can they shift from storing to executing and applying the information?
That's a very good question. The way I train speakers, the process we take them through, number one, is to create an experience, because the way you create an experience is by speaking from your heart. And there's a saying, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. If you know how to use your story strategically, and that's what we teach you how to do, you create a thirst where they want to drink. You create a thirst whether they want to, in terms of changing your behavior. Your conversation and your style of communication goes past the conscious mind to the subconscious mind, and they begin to govern themselves differently because now they have an expanded vision of what's possible for them.
So it's so vital to surround ourselves with change makers, disruptors, innovators, thought leaders, and people who actually could influence us in a positive way. And, you talk about OQP, only quality people. So I believe life is a psychological game, and 80% of life is right up there. But how do people audit their circle and audit the information they're actually absorbing?
They have to look at the relationships in their lives and position themselves to win by asking the question, what is this relationship doing to me? Am I growing mentally and emotionally and spiritually? You earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. When I found that out, I got all my broke friends out of my life. I used to be so broke, I walked past the bank and tripped the alarm. I said, y'all gotta go. So you have to ask the question, who should I count on and who should I count out? And there's some people that they can't go with you. Life is like an elevator. The higher you go up, you got to stop and let some people off, okay? Because they're not willing to do the things they need to do in order to keep up with you. We evolve, we grow, and many people die at age 25 and don't get buried until they're 65. So you want to avoid these types of people and surround yourself with people who have goals, who have dreams, who are on the way, not in the way.
So once again, if you guys are jumping in and listening to this right now, Les and I did a podcast episode on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, and the video literally had 208,000 views in about a month. Les and I talk about finding the greatness within you. Les, just before we wrap this up, I want to be able to make people understand that right now as we speak, they have the opportunity, of being that millionaire student. When you hear the word millionaire student, which is the umbrella of self-education of what we're creating right now, what comes to your mind?
What comes to my mind is people want to become clear of what it is that they want to create in their lives. Because, the book of life says, I'll give you all your eyes can see. Our thoughts have magnetic power. We've all had the experience of thinking of someone and they called us out of the blue. I was thinking about you the other day and you called me. And so we want to program our minds to be successful. Part of what I encourage them to do is watch Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome. They see me speaking before 80,000 people. Watch It's Possible. You hear me talk about the bamboo tree. It's possible. And the other one called You Deserve. hearing and hearing these will take it past the conscious mind to the subconscious mind. Next thing is find something that you love. What I'm doing is teaching people how to tell their story and how to monetize their story, how to make money from home on your computer, speaking all over the world virtually. I've done that in the last 5 days all around the world, virtually. Don't have to leave home and get on an airplane. The other thing is create a team of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. You have a skill set that I don't have. I'm 75, you're 23. I believe you're never too old to learn and you're never too young to teach. So this is a strategic partnership that we have, that we can go further together, leveraging my name as celebrity, leveraging your techniques, strategies, and a track record of achievement, and we can have an impact more people by coming together than apart. This is a time where you have to create collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships.
And that's what I did with you, Les. When I reached out to you, I said, I don't want to do anything with you. Let me show you I get 100, 200,000 views on a video. And if I can do that on YouTube, I can possibly do it anywhere out there. And we've been speaking almost every day for the days because there's some big stuff that's going to be happening between the two of us.
And I'm excited about that. I'm hungry to do it. Let the record show.
Les, before you jump off, the last question, what does self-talk sound like with Les Brown?
I have an affirmation I say to myself. It's two. One, Lord, whatever I face today, together, you and I can handle it. The other one is, no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. Those who are serious about transforming their lives and expanding their vision of themselves, I encourage them to get my new book called You've Got to Be Hungry. And they can go to the website, IamHungryLesBrown.com. IamHungryLesBrown.com. I guarantee you it will change their lives. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So everyone go follow Les Brown. Make sure you're following Les Brown on social media. Take a screenshot of this and tag Les and tag myself. We will both definitely make this go viral and post. Les, I truly appreciate your time, and thank you for being on. We truly appreciate you.
Thank you, and I appreciate you. The mark of greatness is upon you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, so guys, Les Brown, as you can see, so I'm going to quickly put the comments back on. If you haven't watched this episode with Les Brown and myself, Finding the Greatness Within You, go to YouTube, literally type in Sachin Govender and type in, go find that episode. We've had so many people on. We've had Bob Proctor, John DeMartini, Chris Voss, Jack Canfield, Dave Asprey, Gabby Bernstein, Rick Ross, Vishen, Robin Sharma, Les Brown, even Akon, and many other people. But I want you to watch this episode. There's been 208,000 people who have watched this. And if you go in the description, when you go into the description, you will see a few free gifts right here. So go out there and most importantly, understand the Millionaire student community. We're working with people. We're working with people with that type of caliber, that type of level, who can actually go out there and serve you and add value to you. There's no point about trying to be a millionaire if you can't remain in student mode. Because if you can't remain in student mode, you're never going to maintain and sustain millionaire status. So I want you to go watch this episode, soak it in. It's literally 1 hour and 8 minutes. 1 hour and 8 minutes to go watch this. And I promise you, the amount of value in this. See, I've been following Les Brown since I've been around about 8 years old. At 8 years old, I can imagine myself jumping in the car with my parents. My dad was playing Les Brown continuously. They didn't play in school, but my dad literally played it. And I bought the audios, I watched it, I listened until I got the chance to have his number on my phone. And Les and I have jumped in multiple calls. Today, I'm busy taking his online brand to a whole different level. Because Les is incredible, and we got him on the show. Go to YouTube, type in Session Governor, literally Session Governor, and go to any one of these podcasts, but go and watch the Les Brown one, every single one. And you can see some of them, like Rick Ross, at 246,000 views, 85,000, 208,000, 75,000, 54,000 views, 61,000. It is right there. Go get the free gift. I truly appreciate it. And remember, you are a millionaire student. Take a screenshot of this and tag myself and Liz, and we'll make it go viral. Stay blessed and always stay in student mode.